How does one do this? This book is digging into my leg. No, don't fall. Guys, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show. Okay, wait. There's one more down there. I'm not picking it up. But these are my books. And this is my book haul. Hey, welcome to this book haul. I'm super excited. I haven't done a book haul in a while. I may have purchased a book or two, or 10, or I don't know. I've purchased some books since my last book haul, but I haven't done like a crazy splurge. And now I did. So I'm gonna show you what books I got. If the footage was decent, you saw me going to a few different bookstores. I am just gonna go in order of the stores that I went to. I'm just gonna get right into this too because I have 16 books, I believe. The first store I went to was Target. I went to Target twice, so I got a book each time that I went. First one is Masters of Death. I really wanted this edition. I know Barnes & Noble had like a white cover, but I really like the green one. I've never read a book by her yet. This just seems sweet. Honestly, anything with like death seems cool to me, which is weird. But this is about a real estate agent who's a vampire and a medium who's actually the godson of death. So I guess they're helping each other with like this mansion that has a lot of ghosts in it, and they get involved on a quest. So there's just a lot of craziness in here. It sounds super interesting, so maybe this will be like an October read, Halloween type of deal going on there. My second trip to Target, I got Immortal by Chloe Gong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the same author? Actually, I'm just gonna look. Is it the same author as like Binding 13? No, that's Chloe Walsh, isn't it? That's a different Chloe. Wait, then what has she written? Oh, she wrote like Foul Lady Fortune. I've never read that book. I've never read a book by her. Oh, These Violent Delights. Oh, okay. Haven't read any of those, but I've heard good things. So I believe this is her new book. It says, thousands in the kingdom of Talon will flock to its capital twin cities where the palace hosts a set of games. Games are always fun in books. They can be fun. It says, for those confident enough in their ability to jump between bodies, there is a fight to the death for a chance to win riches. It's gonna be crazy. But we have someone lurking and hiding. 5 years ago, a massacre left her parents dead and the palace empty, and she was the one who did it. Oh. Before her uncle and his forces in sand catch her, she plans to finish the job and bring down the monarchy. I mean, then we have an aristocrat who says his childhood love has lain in a coma since they were both ousted from the palace, and he's deep in debt trying to keep her alive. So I'm assuming he's gonna join the game too. So they form an alliance, and they also form an alliance with somebody else, the king's adopted son. But it says they all have different goals, so I'm assuming they're gonna eventually go against each other. So this is very action-packed. Reminds me of the Hunger Games. So those are my Target purchases. And then I did go to Walmart, which I never go to Walmart, but tell me why their books are so cheap. Not like crazy cheap, but every book that I'm like, why do I not come to Walmart for books? I don't know if every Walmart's like that, but the one I went to, it was they were cheap. And I said, shoot. No, I didn't say that, but that's how I felt. Anyway, the only book I got from Walmart was What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. Spoiler alert, I also did get The Summer of Broken Rules, but I got that from a different store, so I will show you that later. But I bought this one first. This is about like a boarding school and kids. I think, is it a scavenger hunt? I guess kind of. She receives a mysterious note to execute the senior prank. I don't know, I just like boarding school vibes. I love Zoe 101 and I think it's gonna be cool. I don't know why I'm like into a boarding school. It just seems fun. Just seems like a little young adult mystery fun read. I think I'm gonna read that after Summer of Broken Rules. I don't think you have to, but I just feel like I should do that. Then I went to my first half price books ever. We don't have one in Michigan, so I can't go. Like, I think the closest one is like 2.5 hours away from me. But I went on a vacation to Ohio and there was one on the way back, so I made sure I stopped there so I could go to one for the first time. I only got 2 books. I'll show you them at the same time. It's Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. So it's recommended to read the Shadow and Bone trilogy first. I have not read that yet, but I think the 3 books are only like $13 on Amazon in a box set. I'll probably buy those eventually and then get to these maybe late fall this year. I just had to get it. They were only $6 each, and now I want to go back. I want to just go to half price books because why would I not want to pay half price for books? You know what I mean? So if anybody's in Michigan and wants to start a half price books with me, let's do it. Okay, I went to Barnes & Noble, and this is where I did some damage, because I always do when I step into a Barnes & Noble. The first book I got was, I believe it's Babel by R. Kwong. I read The Poppy War a couple weeks ago, and I finished it. I loved it. Of course, I wanted to pick up more books by her. I got this one, and it's really cool. It has deckled edges. I usually hate deckled edges, but for some reason, I just wanted this book so bad. I don't know why. It's like a little, it's like a paperback hardcover, which doesn't work, but I don't know. Just look at it. It's cool. And it's kind of tiny. I just like it. Do I know what it's about? No. It's set in 1828. It says Robin Swift, orphaned by cholera in Canton, is brought to London by the mysterious Professor Lovell. In there, Robin trains for years in Latin, ancient Greek, and Chinese, all in preparation for the day he'll enroll in Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, also known as Babel. The tower is the World Center for Translation and Magic. Nice. Crazy. Okay, there's Babel. Next from Barnes, I got Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I read the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer and I really enjoyed it. That was back in high school, so it's been a while since I read a book by her. I think this is about like superheroes and stuff. I've never read a book about superheroes, but I'm excited to read another book by her because I really enjoyed her writing. It says renegades are a syndicate of prodigies, humans with extraordinary abilities who emerge from the ruins of a crumbled society and establish peace and order where chaos reigned. As champions of justice, they remain a symbol of hope and courage to everyone except the villains they once overthrew. Nova has a reason to hate the renegades, and she is on a mission for vengeance. As she gets closer to her target, she meets Adrian, a renegade boy who believes in justice and in Nova. But Nova's allegiance is to a villain who has the power to end them both. The renegades are kind of like a villain to her, but I don't think they're actually the villains, and she's kind of, maybe seems like she's a little brainwashed to like the actual villain. We'll see. I believe, I don't know how many books are out in this series too, but that'll be a fun read, I think. Okay, and then I got the third book in the Addicted series. I have read the first two. I'm buying these as I go through the series. So this is Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is just a continuation of Lily and Lo's story. I'm not sure how many I have left for them, and then it gets into like the sisters. Since this is in the middle of a series, I don't want to say what this is about in case you haven't read any of the books. And then I have Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. It's a book. We're dealing with Meredith. She lost her sister Claire 18 months ago. Why is that a tongue twister? 18 months ago. Why was that so hard the first time? Well, she's shutting everyone out, but this summer she's determined to join the world again. See, I should have read this. I should have bought this sooner because it's a summer read. She's at Martha's Vineyard. I'm so hungry, my stomach just made the loudest sound. Anywho, okay, so she's there for a wedding. She just got dumped, and they're gonna play a game. But she forms an alliance with a cute groomsman. She gets distracted. So she's trying to like win this game that they usually play for her sister, but she's distracted by this man. So, yikes. And then I got the second book in the Poppy War trilogy, which is Dragon Republic. I'm excited for this because, you know, I love the Poppy War. It's gonna be fun. And then I also got The Housemaid's Secret because it was buy one, get one 50% off. And the next book I'm going to show you I picked up first. And then I went around seeing if I could find another one. But I was like, if I don't find another 50% off sticker, I'm just going to come back and get this one. So that's what happened. I didn't find another one besides this. But this is just the second book after The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Can't say too much about this either because 1, it's a mystery, 2, it's the second book. And I'm not a spoiler. I'm not a spoiler person. This book, this is like a leap for me. This is Malice by John Gwynne. I've heard great things about this author, great things about this series. Every time I'm in Barnes, I am so obsessed with this cover. I just feel like I need this book. It's quite long. I don't know. You ever like feel like you just need a book? Like it's just meant to be in your care? I felt this with this book. This is probably going to sit on my TBR for so long. So I need an excuse to read this or like motivation. But I'm just going to let it simmer on my book cart. This is a fantasy. It says the world is broken. We have Corbin, Evnis, Veritas, and Nathair. Fantasy names, you know. Corbin wants to be a warrior. Yes. Evnis has sacrificed, but he wants the power. Veritas is the newest member of the war band for the High Prince, who is Nathair. Veritas is the most skilled swordsman to come of his homeland. He's always under the shadow of his older brother, and Nathair has ideas and a lot of plans. Seems like he's gonna go against his father. So, chaos, maybe? I'm fine with chaos. I like chaos. I guess it's from the Faithful and Fallen trilogy. That's what it says. Oh my god, guys, I got Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This was like sold out online and everything, but as soon as I walked in, they were there stacked up on a table, and I said, thank goodness, because I want to read this book so bad, of course, you know, why wouldn't I? I love when hardcovers have some sort of thing on the cover and not just a spine. Yeah, I found Divine Rivals. I'm super excited. Sorry, every time I get a hardcover, I just have to inspect it. Gotta see if there's any like secret things on it. Does anybody else do that? I feel like everybody knows what this is about. It's about just two people like writing to each other. I know it involves gods and war. I'm not entirely sure, actually. As much as I hear about books, I still don't know what they're about, which is, I don't know how that works. I know there's gonna be a second one too. I'm not sure when it's coming out. This is the whole reason that I went to all these stores. So there's a bookstore called Books & Co. in Ohio that I had seen someone post about months ago, and I have wanted to go ever since. This is like the beginning of the year that I saw it. I was like, that store looks sweet, like I really want to go. So I was waiting for a time to like take a trip down there and everything, and it worked out because I went down to, did I say that I went on vacation in this video? I don't even know anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I went down to Ohio. Books & Co. is like an hour north of where I was, and then it was kind of like on the way back too. So I stopped there and then I researched a little bit and found the half price books and the Barnes. I decided that I was just gonna hit all three and do a little book shopping extravaganza. I guess it's actually technically a Books A Million. They just renamed themselves. I don't know why it's called Books & Co. and not Books A Million, because I think there are still Books A Million. Who knows? They had this huge bargain price section, which I thought it was like just the middle part, but it was half the floor upstairs. I was like, I only got one book, but this book was only $7 and it's Crave by Tracy Wolff. I've been seeing a ton of, oh, this has deckled edges too. I did not know that. But I've been seeing a lot about this book, this series. I have wanted to read it for a while, but it was one of those things where like you eventually want to read it, but you just have no intention to pick it up. But it was bargain price, so I said, I'm gonna pick it up now. I feel like this is about vampires. It is. Wow. Imagine that. Ooh, an academy. I love that. Our main character is a mortal among gods in this academy, and there's little monsters in there. And then it says there's Jackson Vega, who is our vampire. Oh, so this actually seems super interesting. So Jackson is a vampire, and our main character is like drawn to him for some reason. So he feels like he just needs to be doing stuff with him. And then it says someone wants to wake a sleeping monster, and our main character thinks he is there as the bait because he's immortal. This could be cool. I'm excited to read that. Maybe that'll have to be a fall read. If this stack falls over, you will never see this video because I will probably be in the hospital. We're almost through. We're pushing through. I got The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is book 1. She also wrote The Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves. And of course, I think you are kind of meant to read one before the other. Do I know which one that is? No, I'll have to do my research. I've heard tons of great things about this book, specifically, not necessarily the other books in this series or trilogy. I'm not sure what it is. It's called The Remnant Chronicles. This is just a YA fantasy romance, I believe. There is that book. And then, oh my god, please don't. Please stay. Last book. This was one I was looking for in every store that I went to. And I found the other books in the series, but I didn't see this one. And I needed the first one to start the series, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my god, they don't have it. The shopping trip is ruined. I'm just kidding. I wasn't that dramatic, but this always happens. They always put like the popular books out in the middle tables, and I don't know why I don't check that first. So I was like literally going down every aisle trying to find her books, and this one wasn't there, and I was like, great. All the other three were there and this one wasn't. And then I walked out of that aisle and there was a table and it was there. The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've heard nothing bad about this book in this series either, so I'm stoked to get into this. I really enjoyed the Inheritance Games trilogy. I think I read that earlier this year and it was super fun. I really enjoyed her writing, so I know that I'm gonna love this. But this is about a whole bunch of naturals who each have an ability that they're really, really good at. The FBI is finding these teenagers that are really good at different things in order to crack their cases. Also, she's sent to live with all the other teens that also have gifts of their own. But I guess this game is gonna get a little dangerous, or these tasks that they're doing. So it's gonna be super interesting, and I'm excited. That is it for my book haul. I feel like I got really good books. I'm happy with my purchases. I feel like I got a lot that I can read in the fall time too, so I'm excited for that. I love fall, it's my favorite. But yeah, that's it. This is my book haul. All 16 of my books. My bank account is thirsting for some thirst right now. I need some coins in there. But what are you gonna do? I'm just a girl who likes books, okay? That's just me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video, whatever that may be. Let me know what book you recently purchased, or if you are going on a book haul, let me know what books you are looking for. Stick around, hang out with me, subscribe. I gotta get to reading. See ya.